Let's get curious about language. First of all, do you have any guess on how many different spoken languages there are as of 2014 in the world? All right. The other question I want you to think about is 40% of the world speaks only 8 different languages. What do you think those 8 languages are? You need to pause and think about it for a second, because we're going to explore that and more with the question, what if we all spoke the same language? So in 2014, there were 7,106 different spoken languages, according to Ethnologue, a world language research group. That's a lot of languages. However, 40% of the world speaks one or more of only 8 major languages. What are those 8 languages? Well, Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi, Arabic, Portuguese, Bengali, and Russian. On top of that, many languages are dying out for a multitude of reasons. This leads us to the question, what if we all spoke the same language? Which language do you think it'd be? This book is printed in English, but English is only the 3rd most popular language, at least at the time that we were writing this book. Language is highly tied to power and culture. English is powerful because of British expansion and the United States' strong role in world economics. What about some of the properties of language? English gets kind of greedy. You see, when it finds a word in a different language it likes, English just steals it. For example, anger comes from Scandinavia, dance comes from France, skeleton comes from Greece. Look at German. It can put words together to mean new things, right? It runs words together. So for example, a person who wears gloves to throw snowballs is a Handschneerballwerfer, if my German is kind of correct. So in other words, in German, they just keep adding words together and the words can get super long. We also know ideas are tied to our language, and ideas are really important, right? If you've ever learned another language, you've probably learned about a few concepts that just don't translate well. Will we lose certain ideas that can only be expressed in one language if we all spoke the same language? Or do you think we'll figure out a way to say these things in a new language, even if it's all the same language? So for a little deeper learning, we have a little biography, or a little write-up, not biography, but write-up, on someone named L.L. Zamenhof, father of Esperanto. Dr. L.L. Zamenhof created Esperanto in 1887 to allow people of different languages the ability to communicate easily with each other without feeling as if they were sacrificing their own cultural identities when speaking. He also designed it to be logical and easy to learn, so as many people as possible could use it, not just those who could afford to go to school to learn it. Today, it is estimated that as many as 2 million people speak fluent Esperanto. So that's pretty wild, right? You may have never even heard of Esperanto before, but it's been around for a long time and over 2 million people speak it. Be curious to see if you could discover a little more, maybe even learn a little Esperanto and understand how it works and maybe the spirit behind it. And who knows, what if we have a new Esperanto in the future? In fact, the activity is what's in a good language? If you had to build a language, what would be special about it? What would be useful and why? Could you string words together? Could you steal from other languages? Could you add new letters or other symbols? Maybe you don't like your current alphabet. Could you change the way it is written? What would you choose? So for this activity, don't feel like you have to go out and overnight create your own language, but just think about what you heard now, see what else you could discover about language and languages, and then think about the decisions you would make if you were tasked or asked to make your own language, and see how this can help. This reflection added to the creation can help you understand your language a little better, explore this question a little better, and really consider a world that if we all spoke the same language. Keep healthy and stay curious.